In its purest form, gratitude is a fucking attitude, but we often pollute it with the word for, like I'm grateful for this or for that. Same with gratitude's little cousin, thankful. They get similarly fucked up by the word for. I'm thankful for that or for this. Fucking for. Don't get me wrong, being grateful for the objects or people or circumstances of life is an amazing way to move through your experience of reality, but it's that damn word for that becomes problematic. You see, everything perceivable within this persistent illusion we call reality is temporary and is subject to change, death, and decay. Therefore, everything that we are grateful for will one day change or be taken out of the equation of gratitude. Gratitude is a fucking attitude that we make codependent upon things that will always let us down someday and in some way. If we measure our ability to be grateful by an abundance of objects or certain kind of people or favored circumstances, then gratitude is not a fucking attitude. It is a coping mechanism that occasionally fails, and when it does, we find some outer thing to attach to it. Gratitude is not meant to be a psychological leech made of lies that sucks an object dry for the purpose of staving off dread or unhappiness. And speaking of happiness, both gratitude and happiness are woefully misunderstood things that rely on temporary situations to exist, when in truth, true happiness is what lies beneath all outer circumstances and thought forms themselves, and actual gratitude is simply a fucking attitude, sustained only by itself. Maybe try this on for size. Instead of being grateful for something, just try being grateful, period. Make gratitude a fucking attitude in the same way that the sun shines. The sun casts light upon whatever side of a planet is currently facing it. It does not lament that the dark side of the earth is experiencing the night. It shines equally upon the brow of a holy person and a pile of dog shit. And if a holy person has dog shit upon their brow, the sun doesn't give a shit about that either. It just fucking shines. It's a tricky transition to make, though, because we determine happiness by either the existence or non-existence of something or circumstance. We think we need reasons to be grateful, but gratitude is a fucking attitude. However, if you need something to attach your gratitude to, then fine. Attach it to the one thing that will not leave or change for the duration of your existence as a meat golem made of stardust. You can be grateful for existence itself. Most of the universe is empty, and of the physical matter that we're aware of so far, both on this planet and others that we've studied, most of the mass that exists does not possess the faculty of being aware that it exists. Do you ever wonder how the fuck exploding stars created particles, and those particle clouds congealed into a planet, and bits of the planet arose from the primordial jizz, awake and aware that it seems to be a thing apart from all other things? I mean, who fucking cares how it happened, because it is simply a wonder that it came about at all. And its current wakeful iteration is you, and you have a backstage pass by simply being aware of your own fucking existence. The point is, life is a rare mystery, but consciousness, I mean, what the fuck? Science calls it the hard problem because we don't really know what the fuck it is. Gratitude is a fucking attitude, but if you can grasp the scope and weirdness of awareness, the fucking miracle of it, then you can be grateful to simply be aware of awareness and aware that you exist. It's a pickle, though, because it's difficult to separate gratitude from a reason to be grateful, and if we're in the shit and having a hard time or suffering, then gratitude is almost inconceivable because we define our circumstance or state as shitty or undesirable, and therefore those rejections of what is become the antithesis of gratitude. But guess what? Every fucking good thing in your life that you can attach gratitude to came from some previous hardship, suffering, aversion, or opposite. Our default sense of gratitude, which thinks of something is required, only comes into being because we've known its opposite. If you're grateful for a warm room, it's because you've experienced the cold outside. If you feel grateful for a glass of water, it's because you've been thirsty. If you're grateful for a companion, it's because you were once lonely. If you're grateful for a calm, peaceful moment, it's because you've experienced chaos. Great suffering results in a natural gratitude for even a single, simple, mundane moment that suffering is absent. So fine, if you need to attach gratitude to a thing, you might as well be grateful, in retrospect at least, for every shitty thing that's happened to you, because it's allowed the experience of gratitude to its opposite. And also because, why the fuck not? But attaching gratitude in retrospect is much easier than being grateful for some bullshit we're going through right now, because we cannot yet discern an outcome. And we pollute gratitude with the word for. And if we can't see the for just yet, we can't feel gratitude. But gratitude is a fucking attitude. Look, it's not for me or anyone else to tell you that you should be grateful for this or that. It's for you to choose whether to start changing your relationship to reality or not. You have to look for it and overwrite old code with new code. If you're going to attach gratitude to a circumstance, then why limit it to good or favorable circumstances or experiences, or just to that which brings momentary pleasure? You can be grateful to simply exist if you remember that at some point you, in this form, driving around this meat tractor, will cease to exist. Temporally speaking, you haven't existed as you in this universe for the last 13.7 billion years, and relatively soon you as you will cease to exist for the rest of fucking eternity. But while you do exist, you have the extraordinary opportunity to be aware of it. And if you are aware of your own existence in whatever passing form it takes in this moment, then you can learn to appreciate it. And if you can appreciate and accept what is in whatever form it takes, you can develop an attitude of fucking gratitude. Gratitude is what you inherently are, a brief and grateful portal through which the entirety of the cosmos can peer through as a reference point and pretend it's a thing for a minute and enjoy every fucking moment despite our delusional labeling and defining and liking and hating. The wakeful emptiness, which is the substratum of our experience of the universe, is seated in the back row behind your thoughts in the theater of mind and doesn't give a shit what movie you play for it. It forgets it's the audience. It suspends disbelief and enjoys both joy and horror, pleasure and pain as experienced through the lead actor, which in your case is you. Hello. Gratitude is a fucking attitude that takes you ever closer to who and what you actually are. Gratitude exists equally in the most extraordinary and mundane moments. See it contrasted through suffering, and do not be blinded to its truest self-sustained form by momentary joy and pleasure. You can just be grateful to experience the movie of you as you. Toodaloo.